Great gardening. It's a new day, and I was awakened to some dreams that I was having, so that it just excited me to speak on dreams, right? Because we know when we lay down at night to rest, and it doesn't even have to be at night. Some of us take cat naps, some of us daydream, we get lost in it and everything. But it just reminded me about what I know about dreams. And I'm here to offer you all a bit of an insight into my mind and my dream world and my dream space. The things I have seen and witnessed in those dreams that actually came to fruition on a different level of what the dream was displaying to me. And some of those dreams that I had that possibly are related to what we know as aspirations and goals, right? Because we know when we lay down at night or when we lay and our body is at rest and our mind goes into that state of subconsciousness, that visions of things come into our mind. It can be of thoughts that we've had throughout the day from our daily activities, or it can be things that are so lucid that we have never seen. And we can be experiencing things that have never been experienced in this 3D perception of life, right? So I'm just going to go into talking about my own personal experiences because I won't let anyone else cry out for my name of what I've experienced, right? And that's what everyone personally should be able to do. And if you can't convey that vocally, we have paper and pencil, pens, and all different type of ways to express what it is that we feel and we see in this life, and especially with our dreams. Because we know that someone's dream came true when they thought of this life that we are all living in existence. So I'm just going to go back to some of the dreams that I've had and how they made me feel after having them, or just what I actually saw in the 3D life relating to those dreams. It had been on my mind for a couple of days now, just thinking about a dream that I had when I was a teenager. And this is very personal for those who are listening in or may watch this video later on. This is no way an attempt to gain sympathy from you regarding what I experienced in a dream that seemed all so real. This particular dream that I'm going to start off with is very hard to explain because I was young and I was already aware of things spiritually because my family spoke of many things that people would not believe in a spiritual sense when it comes to dreams and things of supernatural sightings, abilities, and people who possess them and things that they saw in just their regular life that was very spiritual, supernatural. So the dream that I'm talking about is when I was a teenager. I know I was in high school with this particular dream, and I was dreaming of being harmed by a very, very wicked and evil man. And it's no racial thing, But yes, that particular person was not of the same ethnic background as I. And during this particular dream that I was having, that person was trying to assault me sexually. And I was in terror because I had never had a dream of such sort. And physically, everything that that person was trying to do to me, I felt it. Fortunately for me, that assault was not able to happen. There was an attempt an assault. And as I'm dreaming, this person just came from out of nowhere in this dream to assault me. And I can remember his hands around my neck while trying to assault me in this dream. But my body, when he was choking me, could feel the life force trying to leave me because I started to feel like I could not breathe for real. And I know many would say, well, it was just a dream, you made it through. But it was a prolific dream. Remember, the book of Revelations is a dream that was displayed that many people believe to be factual and actual, right? Prophecy. So within this dream that I was having, while I was being choked to death, as this person attempted to sexually assault me, from out of nowhere, a young black male came in and he saved my life. And in that act of him saving my life, he spoke to that which was trying to take my life away. And he said these words. I hear them so clear. I've always carried this dream with me in the back of my mind. No one has ever heard of this dream until now. And I see that it's fitting because no longer will I live in fear of those who try to attack me through psychic attacks or spiritual attacks in my dreams. But the young man that came in, his presence was so strong and dominant. And he fought that which was trying to take my life. And he said to that which was trying to take my life, you will not do anything to her. She is my future wife. And everything that you tried to do to her, I felt it. That's why I had to show up. And as I'm seeing what was going on, and that entity was taken and destroyed by my future husband, who was then at that time younger than myself, because we did have a short dialogue because I wanted to know who was he. All I can remember is slightly seeing his face, and he told me that I would not meet him until that time had came to be. And it was a powerful feeling, an overwhelming feeling of love from him to me. Because in that moment, when I was being strangled and that person was trying to sexually assault me in my dream, I felt confident that love will conquer hate. And I stored that dream in the back of my mind, and I've been carrying it with me hidden all this time. And I feel that it's time to let it go as the tears flow from my eyes, because now we're in the state of living where we're seeing that veil, how thin it is between the realms of conscious awareness and the subconscious mind, and how they're combined when we're dealing with physicality, spirituality, and also our mental awareness of these things, right? So I'm thinking all those years of carrying this dream, of this strong love, this bond that allowed the man of my life, the lover of my life, that will help me to conquer those things that try to destroy me, even within my dreams, that I know really physically exist. And it may seem hard to believe that, but I know of this. It's no belief, because I felt the life force being taken out of me. And how do I know that that life force was being taken out of me? Because I have been through surgery, emergency, cesarean section, which allowed me to know how it feels when life is being withdrawn from your body, right? Because it's a process that we go through with anesthesia, and it has to be administered. Some people get it through the veins, but then for other processes, when the body has to be totally, or the mind has to be totally unaware and the body at rest, there's gases that we use for that. But in this particular case of having an emergency cesarean section, I was so concerned with the pregnancy that the anesthesia was not working on my mind, but it worked on my body. And they had to administer more anesthesia in order to get me to fall asleep. But before I went into that unaware, that state of darkness, where nothing, that nothingness, my body lost its life. And I can remember the doctors and nurses fussing amongst themselves because they had no clue onto why the anesthesia was not working. And they were afraid of giving me more because they didn't know if it would have taken me out completely. So that dream was prior to my experience of the death of the body and knowing how strong the mind can be. But when that assault came to me as a teenager, that's exactly what I felt later in life, being put to sleep with the anesthesia. So I know what it feels like for the spirit of the body to be at rest. They had to console me. I was alone. But in that dream where I was being assaulted, I felt alone But I wasn't, because from out of nowhere, we may say that twin flames don't exist, soulmates don't exist. He made himself present and he saved my life. And at that time, he said things to that energy which was trying to take my life. Whatever you do to her, you're trying to do to me. He felt it. That's why he appeared. Because I feel like if I would have died that night in my sleep, he probably would have as well. Even though I am slightly unsure of that, that's what he assured me of in that dream, because of his statements so sound and his actions so prolific. I cannot deny. Going further than that, one experience in the dream realm, I can say when I saw in my dream the sights that I saw of Hurricane Katrina before it happened, right? A tragedy that could have been less tragic if many others would have listened to those who saw in their subconscious awareness what happened and conveyed those things to their loved ones, family, friends, or even the foe. We probably would have not experienced as much death that has been recorded and not mentioned, because everybody did not die by way of flood waters. That's what they want us to believe. But many of us that stayed behind know, because I have taken their accounts and I've wrote theses based on what we've experienced during Hurricane Katrina. And I've interviewed people who left, like myself, and people who stayed behind, like few family members and friends that were able to be there and go through it to give their accounts. But back to the dream of before. There was a dream of water, and the water was everywhere, and I didn't know where it came from. Did not see how it got there, but I know it was in my living space, my area, New Orleans, Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana. I had no idea of any other states being affected, but I can see where I was because I know where I'm at, below sea level, in the Gulf. Hurricanes love the Gulf. Can't keep them away. Yes, we pray for them to not be as destructive as they have been becoming later in these years. And we've all heard the stories of Hurricane Betsy, because we have family members who have lived through that experience, right? So that dream of water was weeks before that even happened. And I can remember it all so well, because during those times I was driving buses for Avis rental car, driving people around to and from the airport to their rental car, making sure that they get there safely. And I can remember me having dreams of this water everywhere, roads being blocked, people being stuck on highways and having no way out, trying to get to safety. I didn't convey these things to anyone, and I continued to have these dreams about water. And I also saw buses being used or not used, people frantic and frustrated and not knowing what to do. And that was a series of dreams. And that had to be during the month of July, from the late part of June through the entire month of July. Randomly, dreams of water, dreams of people in water, fighting to get above the water, dreams of people in bus yards where school buses are parked, stealing the school buses because the response was late in this dream to avoid the water. And I can remember me seeing myself at my place of employment with the buses that we had. And I was fussing with my managers about what we should do morally in that particular state because there was no one else there to save us but ourselves. And I can remember saying that we are the ones who have the power. They're not coming. We have the power to use these buses to get these people to safety. We don't have to wait. We have the keys in our hands. We don't have to wait for them to give them to us. And as I said that, the water rushed in over my head. And the only thing that I could do is what I know how to do so well, even though I know how to swim, was lay back and rise above the waters and let the waters carry me. But as I tried to let the waters carry me, I can remember me reaching down, trying to help pull someone else up because I could not see them die before my eyes in this dream. And not to mention that in this dream of Hurricane Katrina, before it even happened, I can see the flood waters and the people on boats going to and fro different houses, checking to see if there was anyone living there. And as well as I can see that, those same people who were supposed to be helping those who were in those flooded houses were actually taking their lives in this dream that I saw. And that was devastating to me. I held all those things inside and said, Lord God, I know this is just a dream. Some of the dreams that you have given me have been what we call premonitions where I'm from, visions. I don't want to vision this or let this be a premonition that I'm seeing to come true. That was so painful. Weeks went on. And I remember in this waking life, that entire month before Hurricane Katrina came, it rained for 40 days, maybe possibly even 30 days from 30 days to more. I would have to go and get the record for that year to see, but I remember the rain falling down literally for an extended period of time. And all I could remember was the story of the great flood in Genesis. I remember seeing in the sky, in my sight, with the two eyes, a light in the sky that resembled a rainbow, but it was not. And it was there every day that it rained that month of July before Hurricane Katrina came. And it was like, in my spiritual sense, even though a lot of people try to get away from religion, we are religiously living every day. We do stuff over and over. We wake, right? With the religion of those who are wicked, we're getting away from that. With the word, every word is spoken, written, or thought of is the word of the Most High God who thought of life in entirety. So those words had to come to be regardless to how they affect us, good or bad. It reminded me of his covenant that said, I would not destroy the earth with water again, but by fire. But that reminder reminded me that there was a flood. So I was on guard because I knew what dreams I had been seeing, with water covering our people, with people fighting for buses to be used, people being murdered when they're supposed to be saved. So, in those dream states, many of us get wisdom and knowledge of how to apply that wisdom and knowledge in our everyday life so that we can avoid catastrophe, disasters, and death. And so that we can see what it is that could be beneficial to us in an uplifting way. Because not all my dreams have been of sorrow or of death or destruction. These are just the few that I have actually felt the real physicality of them from a subconscious mind, the 3D. So they are powerful. Dreams do come true. Every day we have aspirations to live another day. That was a dream come true because we went into the subconscious realm, that state of dream. And we may have dreamed we're falling off of a cliff, but we woke. Who has ever gotten to the point of hitting the bottom and surviving? Or who has ever just let that fall off that cliff show them if there is even a bottom? I remember that dream. And in that dream of falling off of the cliff, the feeling of security came over me and said, you're not falling, you're flying. Fly down to see. So I flew down to see what it was there and what looked to be like solid ground that I can place my feet was only sinking sand. That's when I woke up that time, just like that, because I did not want to sink in the sand. That's a state of stuck. You see, I could have woke up immediately when I started to fall, but I had that falling off the cliff dream so many times, and abruptly waking up in a state of panic because I didn't know what was down there. But one particular night, I was peculiar about what was down there. And a dream said, the voice of reason, you're not falling, you are flying. That's a dream, right? And then I've had dreams of fish. And anyone who is from where I'm from and in my culture, you don't have to be an old wives' tale. It's that when women dream of fish, that someone is expecting, right? And I've also had those dreams of myself when I was expecting, but it wasn't that I was dreaming of the fish just swimming. It was that I was out there fishing, and there were other fishermen and women. And as I put my rod and my reel down, I saw that many others are catching fish as well. But then to come into that waking life a few weeks later to find out that I am with y'all was a beautiful thing to me, because in our family, that's one of the things that we believe in our dreams, is that when someone is pregnant, someone else is dreaming of fish, and it will be brought to fruition, right? And that's a beautiful thing. So, like I said, not all of my dreams have been of horror, of destruction, but I am grateful for those dreams that did display those visions to me of having the insight, the knowledge, and the wisdom to apply, to counteract what those dreams were showing me could possibly have been in my life, right? So now we're in a place of these veils being thin. Everyone is talking about it. We're being spiritually awakened to what we did not know could possibly be real within our existence, not just within our 3D experience of life, but the vastness of our life, just with the stars and everything that's in our universe, and how multifaceted it may be. So I go back to those dreams. A lot of people go to spiritual advisors about dreams that they have, and they let someone else interpret them for them, as well as there's many tools upon this internet that you can find that will interpret those sites of things that people dream about. It's called dream dictionaries. And if our dreams had no effect on our waking life, we would not need tools to interpret why we're seeing what we're seeing when we're experiencing dreams. however visionary or mundane or prolific they may be, right? We all may have them. Psychology teaches us that when we dream, we're dreaming in black and white. That's not necessarily so, because I, for one, can say that I have dreamed every dream that I've seen in color, right? Am I a rarity? I don't believe so. I just believe that some people prohibit themselves from being able to pick up on that transmission of their mind, subconscious awareness, and the intelligence that's there when your body is at rest. Your mind is not. And we're seeing evidence of this with, with what we call or know to be sleepwalkers. And I have also been told of that experience before, but I have no recollection of it at all, other than the part of being a, being waken up by someone and recognizing that I am somewhere that I did not start out at. And I had to do mental meditation in order for that to not happen. And that was also in my teenage years. My brother stopped me from walking right out of the door, asked me where was I going. When I woke up, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time. It's like, no, I was talking to you. You walked right past me like you didn't see me. You were going out the door. And he knew that that could not be me because I was in my night clothes. And I would have not want anybody to see me in those particular clothes that I had on. So I know that those accounts that we see when people are in a dream state, but actually living, how thin the line between the life of the living and the life of dreams is, because they're still able to operate and function physically without knowing that they're not in a dream. I mean, that they're not awake, they're in a dream. And there's been people who have actually caused harm to themselves or loved ones by functioning in a cycle of dream state, lucidness, physically. It can be looked up. There was a man who actually murdered his father in law with his father in law's hammer that he was trying to return. And he did not know that he did it because the father in law was trying to stop him from doing what it was that he was doing. He was like, "What are you, why are you here?" As far as the accounts go. But the son in law was unaware that someone was there talking to him. So the father in law tried to take the hammer from him out of his hand, and it became a fight because in his subconscious mind, dream state, all his mission was to replace and return the hammer where he got it from. He had not gotten to that point before the father-in-law stopped him. He did not wake up. So, dreams, they are definitely a part of our real life, physically, spiritually, subconsciously, our conscious, awakened mind. How quick can we go into a dream? I can dream of world peace right now. I can dream of love spreading as fast as all of the hate has. I can dream of love repairing all of the hurt, all of the damage that we have done upon the face of the earth to ourselves as humans in this day without being sleep and a dream. Because that's something to be achieved or look forward to achieving. Some of us have dreams where we're repeating cycles that we have already lived through. We call it deja vu. Why am I doing this again? In the dream state at night or when your body is at rest? Or why am I doing this again in this awakened life? I feel like I have already done this before. It's repetitive. Is it this day or is it that day? Or are they all the same? What is, has, and will already be and has been. And that perception of my mind when living with these things that we call dreams and the many accounts from different people on their level of what they have experienced. No one can dispute someone's personal experience. All we can do is question whether they're giving a true account of their experience or whether they're exaggerating what they actually lived through. These are no exaggerations because, as well as I can display what it is that I've experienced in that dream state of my mind on the ethers right now, after those things had come to pass, I had to convey. And even some of those things before they came to pass, I had to convey. And those people so dear and near to me that was able to receive that information from me know so well. So I don't seek any validation from any one of you that may be listening to the sound of my voice right now about what it is that I have experienced because I is singular, though there's many eyes within this living because you are I and we are I. We all have our own accounts to relay, no matter who tried to make what we're conveying to them be false. Take what you need and leave the rest. Don't take more than what you can bear with anything that you receive in word, sound, power. Because we got to honor one another no matter how much we may question everything, right? Because this is a singular account of the entire collective living so that we can join with those like minds that have experienced similar events. And there's many other accounts for dreams becoming real. Someone dreamt of an automobile because they got tired of walking everywhere that they go. Their feet needed rest. So they went into their mind and they thought of a way to get there faster. And an automobile, what we know it to be these days, is a car, right? But an automobile back in those ancient times were chariots. It's just like the invention of the wheel. It was a dream. And how was it excited to be that particular dream to come true? The motion had started already when you saw the boulder roll from the mountain. We knew things could roll then. When we saw the tree fall and roll down the hill, we knew things could roll. And it was a dream to travel at such force effortlessly as the boulder or as the tree, right? You see the wheel being carved out of the boulder. You see the wheel being carved out of the tree. That was a dream, carving it. Creator, God, man, upon the face of the earth, creating with his hands through his visions and ideas and dreams, creating, reaching them, our goals. But yes, dreams in my family are very viewed as being signs and symbols from the Most High God, depending on what it is that they're conveying. Some people don't believe that they have dreams at all. Many say that they have not had any dreams or they can't remember them. That's okay. I can. And I know that dreams can be interrupted by psychic attacks, mental projections, mind control, mind programming with sound, light, right? Because that's what we are living in, a vibratory field of sound and light composing matter, composition, musically, right? Notes, tones, frequencies, how they resonate, lift you up or bring you down, all within the dream of the Most High God, Creator, source of all life, all things spiritually, physically, mentally. Dreams. I can remember dreaming of an underwater environment, right? Everyone wants to know if mermaids are real and how would be if they were the city of Atlantis sunken under the sea. Many question where that place really exists or does it exist at all. And I can remember in my dream being above the water, going within, feeling as if I was about to drown. And then there was a being that came unto me in the middle of that water and said, "You forgot what you're capable of doing. Breathe." And I started to breathe, but I was not inhaling water. I was breathing in the water as I am. I did not have to transform to anything other than myself. Being able to breathe at that level of dense air, water. And I see us further along into the depths of the ocean or sea or place specifically on a compass could give me the location of where I was geographically, but I know I was in the water. And all I can see is myself going deeper into the water with this great being that was there with me. And then we went to a place that was so beautiful, magnificently designed, divine. I'm saying it because I can see us ascending upon this place that was encapsulated. It's a glass enclosure in the middle of the water, and we had to be allowed to go through. But when we got through, there was no water inside of this place that was in the middle of the water. There was air. That being said, this is okay. You'll be fine here because I see still yet you can breathe the water. You're still unsure of your abilities. Rest here. And I can remember me being in a state of awe. Like, how can I rest? I'm seeing this place. I was breathing through the water. I did not drown. And I knew that I was dreaming because at that stage I was observing myself. And it's me that guided me through the waters to that place that I was at. Beautiful. That cannot be accessed easily. You have to be able to breathe through the water. And you would have to be guided there. You don't go there on your own. And it's so strange that I had this dream months prior to my 11-year-old daughter telling me one morning that she woke up and what she dreamed. And it was the same exact thing, but she didn't know what I had dreamed. And I could not deny what I was feeling in the inside. I couldn't tell her that it wasn't real because now I want to know, how did she see what I saw? How did she experience this? And I can get her to tell you all for herself. And it would be just the same way. Magnificent dreams, the power of the mind. But is it just a perception of what we're dealing with in our life? Or are these places in our dreams actually real? That is the $1 trillion question. And in my state of knowing, that's exactly why those of you who have power and money that study the mind try to create whatever it is that you can to investigate further into the dream states of the mind, sleep studies, right? I'm aware of them. I almost became a part of that. But the device that they want you to wear for that, I just couldn't allow myself to do it because I was thought to have sleep apnea. Why am I awaking several different times out of my sleep? Not only to mention getting up to go to the restroom. That's the age that I'm at. You'll do that in your 40s and beyond. Shout out to all those who don't have to get up out their sleep to go in the middle of the night and use it. But we know that even with that in a dream state, you can have a dream of actually urinating to where you will I'm getting harmed by this is crazy. But it lets me know that I need some moderators or something. Put them in timeout. And I'm also going to report that person, whoever that is, so that let me know that I wanna they should allow you to select more than one report message on those XXX lines or whatever. Stream is ended. No, it's not ended. Okay. So yes, you can have a dream of being in a yard urinating and wake up with urine all over yourself because the body and the mind are that connected. And in some senses, we don't distinguish the difference of the actual act. So it's happening. And that goes back to what I first started out on with the dream of my person, male, who looked similar to me because I know his tone. He was tall. We were teenagers. He was younger. He saved my life. He said we had a future together. set that away for 30, almost 30 some years, almost 30 years. Matter of fact, it's 20 something years. And I just let it be. And it felt good inside of me to know. And the relevancy to that dream in these times is that so much is about the twin flame journey, the soulmate, right? Some of us know them, some of us don't. Some of us have dreamt of this person that we're connected to and have not met them because they are of the future. Some of us have met them and still have not recognized that they're that one. Or maybe they haven't recognized within themselves that they are that one. Right? Some people actually have dreams together. Just as I was conveying that my daughter came after the fact of me having the dream of underwater life experience and said the same dream. And it could be the same way. It's hard for me to get these messages out because I feel like I need to guard myself with this information because I don't know who may try to attack me because of it. And the powers that be that does not want people to know how to access the powers of their dreams, right? So I sit in this place right now, looking at myself, conveying this message to you. And I see the strength, the tones in my voice. Actions speak louder than words. It's written all over your face. And if you see that, then you can know how serious these matters are to me. To where that place in my dream state, no one or anything that should not be is not welcome. And let's get to the projections of people playing in your personal energy to where it affects your dreams. Are they intruding or are you projecting them there? And through these particular months and days that we've been experiencing these retrogrades and upgrades and downloads of information with planetary alignments and eclipses and resets that have been happening, I know that we're accessing abilities that were dormant within us. Right? Some of us are those of the occult, priesthood, knighthood, bishopships, evangelical beings, prophetess, prophets, priests, priestess, just regular human beings, and even to the facet of the NPCs. Dreams, how dear they are to me. My dream space, the only place that I can go and feel that the burdens of this everyday life that may be out of my control has no effect on because there I have every sense of control without being totally in control because there's others there still interacting divinely or not with myself. dreams of flying through trees, seeing places that I have not seen until I get there in the 3D and feeling, why do I feel so connected with this place? I feel like I've been here before, only for those same trees to speak to me and say, yes, you were flying. You said in me. Right. So many of us want to know of these things. If it's just in the mind, but we're just in the mind, the Most High God, creator of all things. So your dreams to you, I say, don't let some other person's interpretation of what it is in that vision that the Most High is given to you be disrupted, because your internal code is embedded inside of you from the moment that your light sparked the flame of your heart, your conception, conceive, conscience, mind was already complete. What brings us to state of knowing is those experiences in life that we have to go through. I'm not done experiencing life because dreams would have told me that. But as well as the dreams would have told me that, the dreams have also showed me where and how possibly some of those things in life can come or shall come to an end, not just for me. That's personal. But within that state of feeling fearless in those dreams, because I no longer have nightmares. You see, when my twin flame, my soulmate, came and he did away with that entity, that being that tried to take me out in my sleep state, that would have ended him as well in a physical sense without even being physically attacked. I had the power. With him, I was strong. In him, still, I am. Because he is me and I am he. And in that dream, we were one but separate. And we are definitely alive and well. No matter if you see him next to me, know this: he does live truly in a physical form. Because that's why he came in that dream, because that would have taken him out of his physical form by me being taken out spiritually in the physical form, because I was going to die physically. That's how connected we are. And day by day, it's becoming evident, and I can't deny it. It's like a fire that I cannot release. I can't explain how many nights I have awakened to a burning heat without really being drenched in sweat. Fire over me. that I can't explain when I'm in my sleep, wee hours of the morning. We call it the witching hours. Covers off, covers on. These are not the same normal midlife of a woman feelings, what they call hot flashes. It's not a hot flash. I see it as being every bit of passion with that connection that was revealed to me in that dream all of those years ago. That's coming forward into my life. An inevitable, inevitable. I won't deny him because he did not deny me. And in that breath, it reminds me of that dream of releasing the fear or the anxiety of transitioning through the waters to that safe space. Exactly what happened, what may continue to be. So, yes, dreams are very important to me. Not just the ones that we call goals and aspirations that we try to achieve, like with finances and elevating ourselves beyond our situations. For those of you who consider dreams to be just another state of life in a different realm, 30, 40, 50, I resonate with you all. As many that may want to call the idea of a dream state being another part of our lives that reveals to us what has happened or what may come to be or what we need to do. I am with you. You are not alone. And for those who are interpreting the dreams in the righteous manner and not for your wicked power or ego, thank you for all that it is that you are doing. And for those of us who are having difficulties with it all, ask for those things to be revealed to you and ask for the help that you may need to understand what you're going through. The dreams, they shall be. I come to you to know that I have been through you before. And as well as I have family members that I can talk to, friends that I can talk to that have experienced this. And at some point in time, we're together experiencing this because we look, wait, didn't we just go through this cycle already? But then there's a drop. You see how I did that? I'm sitting, but I could be standing when that is happening, or even when you may be experiencing that. Because it's like that drop is the spirit returning back to that place in time that was already at conscious awareness of you subconsciously being there. There's nothing new under the sun, right? But we see many things that are new because we create them, we recreate them, recycling them for all times. Is there more souls than 79 billion? And I may be saying the wrong number. 79 billion? 7 billion? 7.837 billion was recorded in 2021. And we know that's part of the census that is able to give us those numbers. So world population, as I speak to you today, has progressed beyond that 7.8. Today, world population projection worldometer says that in 2023, there's 8 billion people upon the face of the earth. So, with all the attempts of those who are afraid of population control, what I see in this dream of the Most High, that there's no one, there's no one human alive to control the life of humans, even though we do things to destroy ourselves. It's showing that love is saying, I will rise above all of what it is that hate has to offer you. And I will give you abundance by showing you how ever living life is. And I'm happy for that. And we all should be. Because the dreams of someone else's wicked mind to control population or to depopulate the earth is being shown that they won't and they cannot. We would have to allow them. But in that state of dream, I know that we can control ourselves. So I control myself by offering myself to love as a vessel of the Most High to come into me and say, no way, shape, or form will I allow myself to be part of the depopulation agenda. This is about dreams. because it had to be someone's dream to depopulate, to actually do things that can demonstrate that behavior upon life. And even with the last sort of destruction that we have seen with people passing because of ailments, novel or not, that all of those numbers still did not deter from growing beyond what it had already been. Because psychology tells you when you go through crisis, the harsher they are, the harder you'll love. That's a good thing because that let me know that people do desire ultimate love. That's what love does, right? We have so many different ideas of what it is that love makes us do, good or bad. And we have these dreams, facet of what it is that we want to receive when we're in love, standing in it, right? Or what we will do for love. That's a dream. Sometimes those dreams can be fantasies because we just look for them and not try to make them happen. But it's okay to have sight on that. And it's also even better just to wait sometimes because what has already been has already happened. It's just a matter of time before those elements come into each other's space. Same room, same time, right? We're citing all kind of things that people dreamt of, even within our skies. Oh, it's so spooky to dream of extraterrestrial beings, right? Did not someone dream about a vehicle that can get them very far, very fast, that changed or altered life timetically? Time machines, spaceships. Was it not a dream? Someone dreamed of beings of all sorts of shapes, sizes, with abilities beyond the natural human's ability. They're vast, beyond supernatural, extraterrestrial. We're seeing sightings. Is that not someone's dream that they were abducted through the night or even in broad daylight, taking their time, observing what they're seeing in that place that's unknown? What is happening to them? Is this just a dream to to be returned to their space unharmed, only mentally confused about what it is that they've experienced? And they want to know, have you not, Raven, dreamed of extraterrestrial beings? Have you not seen strange lights up in the sky? Have you not experienced being somewhere that was totally sterile? and being examined, poked, or pronged? Have you not seen those beings that are dark, like the depths of the water, without any eyes? Have you not been told that you are not from earth as well as many others? That's what they want to know. For those who don't know, but then the experience of these things, oh so personal, that you cannot deny or refute what any individual tells you of their dream state that may be so real, not so real, so real, because it's their experience. But are they alone? Many accounts of all kind of things happening upon the face of this earth that we know. Why wouldn't we believe that many things are possible with all of the probabilities that we see in front of us out in our skies, the sun and the moon, the clouds, the stars, the birds flying above it all, as it seems, being encapsulated inside of the earth that's spinning supposedly, and we have not fell off. Have you not dreamed above all of those things? Or is it a state of imagining? Because I can imagine myself right now being viewed by millions for what it is that I'm saying. But in reality, I know what it is. But the dream can still come true if that's what I focus my mind on. Because it's a dream of aspiration in a 3D. But see, those dreams that are prolific in the subconscious realm, when you lay down, that's a whole nother story. So, those of you who are struggling to accept the things that you are dreaming, know that you're not alone in some of those things. If you were able to relay them to others, maybe you'll find those groups that have had those similar experiences to where you won't feel alone. Because remember, right here, this space, this is still my love garden. And we will still weed out the things that need to be weeded out. We will restrain them, contain them how they need to be if they're wild weeds, so that we can appreciate them in the fashion that they need to be appreciated. But these love seeds that I give to you are very internal, because I was fearful before of telling people of these things, because I didn't know what would happen. And it's not because of the normal people, it's because of what other things I have seen inside of my dreams that try to stop me because of my dreams and what I have the ability to do there. Because I feel like just as well as I started out conveying the message of my twin flame upon this life journey that I'm living, that I tried, that was there to save my life in that dream to where I'm here today, those same entities, they didn't stop. They just took another form. So I had at that moment when he came and saved me and gave me that strength and that power during that dream and locked it away, the ability to transform what it was that they were trying to do to me in the dream state. And not only for myself, for others. That's why he still lives. And I, to this day. And I feel to believe with all things possible, because I don't know that they will. Because in my mind, I'm saying you won't, but that doesn't mean that they won't attempt to try if we were to be in the same place and same time to eliminate us both. So to him, I say, it's okay about us not coming together how they want or waiting to see so they can destroy. Because we saw that years ago. You felt it, and so did I. I'm stronger than that. And I'm not acting in any sort of manliness because he did that for me. My protector. Spiritually. And I know he has the power to do that physically as well. And he's weak. I am strong. And when I am weak, he is strong. That's for each other. But together, we are stronger than the enemy. So they try everything to keep us apart. And just as well as I know we're apart when we come together, I know they'll try. But I did not say they will succeed because now, because of now, and that's all they need to know. My devices have been hacked. And I'm just looking at everything that's playing out in this dream, this hardcore dream, hard dream reality state of mind upon the stage of life in its levels within this earth. I have never experienced a device without service still having access ability to data, but not actually being able to make or receive calls. I'm not paying the bill. It's just another device. And there's many of them. I have them laying all around. But I know they want to use it to watch. Because I don't have to zoom in on certain stuff. They'll do that for me. And I'm aware of it. The higher ups, I'm aware of you through the YouTube, whatever social platforms, through the ether and our environment. I am more than aware of you. Your presence is undeniably strong. Your eyes and hands are unseen, but I know you by your spirit. You are the one who tried to take me out in the night, who tried to assault me spiritually. You saw then what you would not do because he would not let you. So you attempt often and you're blocked at every angle because my and his angels are more powerful than your demons in this dimension and those beyond. That's what you know. And all so much of these dreams that I speak of, I can go to many realms. In all of them that I have been, there was always someone there to guide me and let me know where I was and if I was supposed to be there at all at that time. I don't forget. So when I think of that, in those dream states, I saw you who is unseen, and you've been chasing after me ever since I dismantled your tools that you were using on those who were asleep, and I was one of them. I saw what you were doing to my body in a spiritual sense. And when you saw me come there, you were shaken, flabbergasted. How could she? This is assimilation within assimilation. What am I saying? Assimilation within assimilation. A dream within a dream within a dream. Laying down the body to fall asleep, to fall asleep again, and wake up there. I'm not afraid. I just didn't feel like it would be appreciated what it was that I have experienced. And at that time, I did not feel that it would be appreciated. It was also a sense of security because I know how often they have tried. It's the attempts. They're very unsuccessful. So many others out there. Y'all don't have to say what it is that you're going through if you can resonate with anything that I have said in this video. Now is the time that you will be divinely protected. Guard yourself. We are in the collapse of all levels being brought to the same field on earth. And if I can offer you some words of wisdom in my mothering, nurturing state, be rested assured in this. With all the other dreams that I have shared with you in this video, I've also seen myself being a protector of you all who are asleep, from those who try to take you out in the night, or your unawareness. I feel it. And be mindful of how you respond to the trauma, because it can become a real death in the physical sense, because your body is always responsive to your consciousness, mind over matter. And it does matter a whole lot how you think, you feel. Let everything be reversed. That is the attempt to bring you to a place of unrest so that you release, because you still have to take in let it go, so that your pitter patter will only be that of those little feet of life that bring joy. Auntie G, thank you. Grandmother, grandfather, mother, daddy, thank you for those talks. Thank you for those times. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for letting me come through this life, because it's great. No matter who or want to think it's cursed, I would not be able to convey what it is that I convey to you if it had not been. I have not told the world anything other than I know in our greatness through natural spirituality. There's no mark that a beast can mark me with. I am ever living, and I will transform me how I see fit to do away with those things that try to deter me from accomplishing my living dreams, because I know with my subconscious dreams have showed me that can and shall be done. And to know within it that I am not dreaming alone. You are not dreaming alone. We're all dreamers. Some of us forget. Some of us shut them off. And the ones of us that may have not, are you real in this game of life? That is definitely no game to play with. The terms are there, the jargon is there, the knowledge behind those terms and jargons is here. And it's time for us to stand up for what it is that's right upon this face of the earth, because we've been living in a nightmare. That's why a lot of us feel pressed and stressed, begging to die, even taking our own lives. Who would have dreamt of that? I can't conceive it. Even if a thought of that would be projected, I would rebuke it. And I know this is off the subject of the dreams, but what I'm looking at with these young Black men full of life and money, supposed loving people around them that are killing themselves, supposedly, it's not. Because we got to think about who it is that ensure us in life, right? You Black widow wives, I see you. Your time is at an end for too long. You have been hidden in plain sight. You don't even see it. Your time is at an end. To Black widow husbands who are in plain sight, your time is at an end. You have vamped off of the innocence for too long. That is definitely a dream that I will live to see into fruition. I would dream that vastly more than I would dream of financial wealth, because the financial wealth dream would only give me the ability to accumulate more things that supposedly are there to make me happy. But see, that dream of a spiritual sense of being able to help my people against the attacks that come against them when they are weak, sleep, cannot see, are not awake, I will give everything up and not life. Don't you understand? Mr. Man with the unseen hand. This is a nightmare that you want my dream to be. But like I said before on others' podcasts, the things that you want to see in my mind, that you build your devices to see, or not. That time is over for you. There's no more that you can think. That's why you can't show anything else because it was not yours to be shown in the first place. In this dream of mine, more than one time, of my person showed me throughout the stages of our life the obstacles that we would have to face spiritually and mentally, together and alone, with us working with each other or even against, because of what we're dealing with, what we're up against, will not be stopped. It's just in love. And I can hear the beast as they try to come through me because I am fertile. You see, it just took affirmations and a hope that I thought was desolate in humanity. See, somebody heard your cries. All of your prayers was not in vain. It had to be heard. Was it heard with the ear? Or was it heard with the heart? Harden not your heart. How could we not hear with our heart? But like I said, inside of me, he thought he had a place. The wicked. So I had to starve him. Because he saw me as food. At every attempt that I tried to advance, he wanted to devour me. And he devised new ways to do so. And in that, to my twin flame, it's all because of you. You see, he know that there's no other love for me deep, deep down on the inside that can bring me forward like you can. So he devised a plan to make himself appear to be who you are in and out of reality. Deceiver, he is. But I know I was always raised to know the spirit by the spirit. And after that fight, when you defeated him, I knew what I had the ability to do. Thank you for showing up for us. Because what you did for us was for everyone. That's why I'm okay with the dreams that I have that they tried to make into nightmares, like the one they're projecting for us to live in right now, when it was not. Always, it has not been. right? Terra form, the earth, is what their dream was. But we know transformation in every attempt over our lives, speaking for the collective, we will transmute all energy sent to destroy from the young to the old, holding hands, following and leading, leading and following, back to the way of which we came, that place which they shall not, will not go because of their deceptive practices. That's all it's about. Why in my garden is there a gate guard? Because he has to knock away. Say knock away. Because I see the garden, but the gate is not a gate. It's a doorway through the garden. Why is he there? Because he has to be there to direct those who don't know that they belong in my garden, in my dream. Because the garden is already there for all to enter. And if you're trying to get there and you don't belong, you will not enter. There's no gate to be shut. The gate is open. But if you don't know where you're supposed to go, he will put you out of the line. In my garden, in my dream, and he was serene. He levitated. And his reflection was pure. Because only the purest of hearts who knew that they have been washed pure was able to enter into my garden. There's no such thing as sin in my garden because we did not have anything to sin for. And you see, in my dream, in my garden, after I greeted the garter, the guardian of my garden, I went in all of bliss. Someone was there with me, and I walked them through. Welcome to my garden. And all they can say is, I cannot believe what it is that I am experiencing. All of the ambiance, these great aromas in my garden, these vibrant colors of life in my garden. You see, a sight to behold. And if I could write a book just off of that one dream of the garden that I seen in my dream, it would be something magnificent for all to behold, young and old. Because in my garden, There was herbs that healed the nation. There was no need for medicine. And they didn't have to ingest a thing in my garden. All they had to do was walk therein and they received the abundance that was already there for them to receive because they knew that they would receive it. That's my dream. It's no fabrication of what it was that I saw in sight and what I felt. It's what I know. And I know what I know is that what I know, no one else can take that away because they were not there. And if they were there, they will not take it away because they are there and they know what it means in my garden. But that's just only one level to my dreams and the state of mind that come through me, what I've experienced. Because also in my dream, I can see a level of life where everyone that has passed over is in a different state of living. And their characteristics physically displayed their animalistic nature or their extraterrestrial nature. But no one was at a state of unrest. They were having a ball. And if I could draw a picture for you all, you would be flabbergasted about what it was that I seen and what I was told. So I'm going to use my words to do that very descriptively. Because you see, in this dream, where they were, in this realm, there's no denying not who you are. You can try to hide, but there's no mask. You are seen in that light of that which you bring to this life. But they were having a ball. And I saw Auntie Diane rest on from your physical restraints. Here, you were there, and you asked me, why am I here? And that let me know what it was that you were meaning, because it had not been time, and it was recognized at that particular point in time where you all were at. Because when I got there, it created a disturbance. And I thought that that's where I was supposed to be. They told me, no, not yet. But while you here, let me explain to you what it is that you see. You see, here in this realm, they can't hide who they are. And the way that you see them is the way they view themselves and how they behave. So if you were a snake in your ways, which the animal community don't want you to recognize it, that's what it is that you will be displayed as. In a human form, you still had your body, your face displayed, the face, so that everyone could know how to deal with each other. There's no way to hide who you are there. But while you're here, have a good time. You see, that's why we're able to do it, is what was told to me. Because no one's hiding behind a mask. Mask up before the mask came up in our life on this 3D. They showed me that I still see who they all are because I've seen them there. And I was not afraid because everyone had to be revealed just for who they are. What a lovely experience. Grateful for the guide that was there to guide me through that inner standing because I was under the impression of something else happening. I could have got stuck, but I wasn't in my raw form because I had not transformed from the physical to the spiritual, and that's what created the ref. I got received and relieved from that space. There's so many other dreams that I can talk about when it comes to dreams, premonitions, visions, prolific prophecies or not. Are we resonating with the prophecies that have been fulfilled already? Or are we still trying to make old prophecies become new when they have already been fulfilled? Have we not dreamed new dreams? Is the world in a void, in null state of living? I say yes. Because we in it, but I ain't of it. The world. And I know the difference. So to my ancestors that are alive and well, thank you for every bit of help that you have given to me. Because alive and well through me, you are. And I love it. Because you have been nothing but great. In my eyes, I see that. Because I hear the chatter in the back biting. And have to click your channel off. Turn you off to turn them on inside of me. Because when I might want to speak, and I say, no, let me do this. Because right now, the times have changed. And the things that y'all want me to say was fitting for what it was that y'all went through. But I'm going to do a cumulative speech that's able to resonate with those in these times for what it is that we're dealing with in these times with the synthetic life. Because y'all on the natural side. And I know y'all got some anger, but I can't let that anger come through because I don't want nobody to be deterred away from what this message is to bring to them dealing with dreams. I know I'm y'all wildest dream because of how I get down. But y'all know right now I have to do this because there's a soul somewhere that's hurting because they don't know about my dreams or what they want to know if I've been having the same dreams that they've been having without conveying it, trying to communicate to telepathically to where it's becoming an interference with what it is that I do in my dream state. They wanted to become something so profound. But darling, darling, I say to you, find rest. Please pace yourself. Your system is almost ready to overload. Your processor cannot handle the load of information that you are open to. You have too many tabs open. That's why you cannot connect how you need to. And it does not have anything to do with the hair that's on your head. You need to cover yourself because I feel you. And brother, for whatever reasons that you think, I ain't talking to no brother of the same mother because I know that one oh so well. But my brother from another mother, let me tell you, you have been infiltrated by that enemy, that same entity that my twin flame soulmate and twin flame, I'm going to say them both in the same capacity, tried to, the one that tried to take us out. He knew that the only way he could get to me is if he emulated my twin flame. So he had to take on these skins. Because all skin folk ain't kin folk. Because he know that I was seeking that day that you appeared in my life, twin. So this brother that's letting the enemy use him, I forgive him. And I understand every single thing that you meant when he has to be taken out on every level, no matter what body he occupies. Because you know that I will not stop loving you. And this is no harm to any other race group. This is my personal story and my personal journey because I have tried to date outside of my ethnic group. We all human, we are the human race. But that did not resonate with my soul because they were not him. No matter how many times I brought light forward, that was because I allowed those eggs to be perpetratable. I released them total in their power, fit. Nobody's going to deny me that fact because, like I've said before, and I am not going to take it back, I am a garden of the Most High who gate don't have no faulty lock because it don't have a doorknob. It don't have a gate to swing open. It's already open. But love is the key. And that's pure love, not hiding behind material things, not hiding behind lust, not hiding behind insecurities. And yes, there is someone that is guarding that gate. That's how I know if you're not there, it's because you don't know that you're supposed to be there or you don't belong there. You're invading there. Take it however you want to. Is this garden being a physical, actual place in another realm? Or take it as a place in my mind, if that's what you see fit. Because the seeds of life, thought, it's all in here. And I'm arranging them, planting them how they need to go. But he got the fertilizer, the power to tell. And I'm not talking about the one who guards my garden. Oh no, trust and see inside of my mind. There are so many places I could be, but here and now, for no wickedness that try to take me in the night, I won't bow down. No, 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 I can't do that because my ancestors, they keep telling me they ready to handle all of that, but I'm the one holding them back. See, let me handle this. Because, see, I got to stand in love. I have to do this. Love over hate. My dream, how depicted it is there one singular definition of it, that which we call love? How many different ways have we displayed it? Some dream about it every night, to awake and deny it every day because they're afraid of what someone else is going to think, because they're trying to live up to someone else's dreams. No more. Nevermore. Quote the raven. Speaking through experience, seeking knowledge and wisdom and understanding of what it is that my dreams tell to me. In these times when it is so hard to trust people who call themselves spiritual advisors, why would I? But now I know who I am and what I am capable of doing in this life. No more will I be blinded by the ideologies of what the wicked say is supposed to be for me as a woman, a single mother. How am I singular when there's many other mothers? How am I single when there are many other fathers? It's not a mother of all if she's a mother to hers. It's not a father of all if he is a father to his. And if that's not with the sentiment of your heart and as a mother and father, then you are toxic in my eyes. Because see, now is the time where I'm standing up against the projections vocally that has tried to attack me mentally, where I know I have been attacked spiritually and have been sought out to be attacked physically by the enemy. No more will I be quiet. And it's not because I feel like something has happened in my life that make me have to do these things, because I have already always been an advocate of love against hate. YouTube just didn't know that. And for the ones that did know that, besides being on YouTube, if they're the enemy, they would not have told you that. Because I know he has to use people as tools. That's what our bodies are, a tool that creates tools. Some of us create tools that try to stop or block other people's dreams of goodness from coming through our truth. And they even try to block our dreams that we see in our subconscious to stop the mission, the vision of the mission of the Most High from coming through. No more. I ain't got to do no spells. I don't. I know them who do them All I have to do is speak. They don't want to hear my voice. Inside of me is where I had to go. I felt like this. There was no box or bag to be in. To protect my aura, for not being a victim of this horror that they bring with all of their terror to my life. Because they knew what I was capable of doing without even having to speak of it. Have I not said that I will not flatten you? But see, they didn't know who the you was that I was speaking to. So they accepted that, which let me know who he, the enemy, was working through, because they felt that as a threat to them and not to him, the enemy, or to her, whichever one he used you as a tool. But to flatten things out is to level them. I didn't tell you I was going to destroy. I'm going to give that to a higher power. He, who is the other part of me, will do that. That's why we're in this live right now. For me conveying the dream that had been kept so secret, that these times are more than fitting for to reveal, because I am revealing who I am on YouTube. So forget what it is that you see of me in the physical form, or what it is that I can display, or what it is the rumor mill has milled up into pop. I am not pop. The tree that I come from is a tree that hands of man cannot destroy, because the hands of man did not plant or build that tree. That's what my father told to me in the living. And I know that in the living after life. See, we look for life after death, but I know of a living after life. I ain't got to try to make it make sense. It already has been made whole. We are the pieces. This is what I give to you, collective. These parts of my mind so deep that I once was not capable of conveying, because I did not believe there were any worthy. Not saying that you were not. I did not believe. I did not know that, but I did not believe. And now that you guys are elevating to that place where I have always been, I welcome you to my zone, my home, in my garden of love. You see, In my garden of love, I did not tell you that there will not be correction. Because that's what we are supposed to do, correct ourselves. Why do we have a check mark or X to mark the spot? A bullseye. We're hitting the targets. If that wasn't to be, but it's in my garden because I could have taken a seed that belongs over here in this section of the garden with the succulents and put it in this section of the garden with the brushes and been so wrong to that succulent from putting it in an environment that is not naturally to grow in. What chances did I give that succulent by putting it inside of the brushes? So I had to correct myself. That's correction. But inside of my garden, anyone there that enters will also receive that correction because that's for their own protection. That's what I'm doing right here in this garden, this love garden, speaking to you in love. I'm not going to be, yeah, I'm going to whip you. Hell no. I ain't that one. That's what create that bipolar response from the children. I'm not happy about it at all. What I have to do in correction. But I know that I am not perfect. And I do not expect anyone else to be. But what we define as what makes us feel perfect is solely based on us as an individual being one by one. And I know I hear you, the one of you that's asking more. You wanna know more about this twin flame connection with these dreams. It's not time for that. These dreams that I'm conveying to you is just to let you know that there is power in the mind that has direct connection to the physical flesh that we are living in this realm that plays a major role on what it is that happens to us in life. Whether you believe it or not, I know it. I'm living it. See, my dreams, sometimes I wish the ones of my spiritual advisors that I went to in my family, I could still just have them physically to go and talk to. But I know I can't. And a lot of them that went on, they reassured me already by just me being in a presence and taking the time to listen to them uninterrupted because I know what knowledge and wisdom they coming from was no bullshit, but actually fertilizer. Because they water my seeds. They planted them right. I'm Grateful for them. And they don't come all the time. And I think about the dream that I had when my daddy told me something. It really played on me. Because he ain't been dead a whole 2 years yet. He died on Mother's Day. And I was on my way to go be with him. He wasn't sick, as far as we know, but we knew he was sick. But he didn't display those characteristics. He died on his feet, dressed sharp from head to toe on Mother's Day. But he told me that that's what it would be. I just didn't want to believe it, but I know it. And when he came to me only one time in my dream that I was having, and it involved someone who I love and can't deny that I do, I felt that it was real. But now that I'm seeing that people are able to project things in a way by doing certain things with their behavior so that their energy can play on your mind, not play in it. Because if they knew everything that you was thinking, they'll know your every whereabouts without having to use devices to watch you, right? It made me feel confident in knowing that that love which I speak of had to be right. Because I have not had any other dreams where my father, who has passed on, come to me after that to say that it was wrong. To say that it was wrong. Excuse me. So, for y'all who want to know about dreams, if they real, if they come true, don't let nothing stop you from your dreams. No matter what people think you should be living in your dreams, you gotta live them. You gotta experience that. And for all those who have had similar dreams to what I might be mentioning, thank you for allowing me to convey the message of my dreams so that you can know you're not by yourself. You're not alone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching this video. All I can say after that is this is a life that we're on a journey. We don't know what to expect, but our dreams and visions and deja vu will be confirmation of some of those things that are happening. Take it how it resonates with y'all. Peace be with you on your journey in this life and make love the ultimate goal of characteristics to display and receive. Thank you.